Good afternoon and welcome back to Dynamics 365 Finance and Operation, and we are continuing to configure Dynamics 365 Human Resources module. So you must have seen this home page quite a bit now as you have been following the videos that I've created in order to complete our foundational configuration for HR module. And today's video we are going to talk about titles, and the titles is a bit unique in a way that it is applied to a position and a job. So if you don't know the difference between position and a job, I think that we would have to wait for another video for it, because there is a hierarchy that you need to understand in order for you to actually configure it properly. So I will leave that to another video, but today let's talk about the titles and how they're applied to a job or a position, and we'll also talk about why you have to be very careful with it. So if you go into human resources, right underneath the setup there is an icon called titles, and if you click on titles, this is pre-configured in the system, and this is the dummy data. So of course titles will come from your client, and they will be the right people to tell you what should be a position title and what should be a job title. So a title can simply be as simple as an accountant or an accountant manager or account manager, or even a salesperson. So those could be a title that could be given to a job and a position. So it's very simple and easy to create a title. You simply click new, you give it a name as D365 consultant, and simply save it. So you have created a title. Now, how do you use this title? So if you go into human resources, go into all positions, and just click on any position, a form opens up, and this is the title. So this title actually reflects the position. So you can have a title in a position and you can have a title in a job. And in our case, with this dummy data, you have a title that is water spider at a position level, and you have a water spider at a job level. So if I click on a job, you can see the title is water spider. There is no prevention from the system itself to have this title change. So I can have a different title as a warehouse manager, and it has no implication on the title that is underneath it, which is the position. So that is where you have to be very careful on deciding and giving recommendation to your client what should the titles be. If they already have a structure in place, then it just makes your life easier. But if they are actually implementing the HR module from scratch and they don't know what these titles should be, then that is where you come in to help them understand what titles are. Best practice is to actually have the titles on the position level. That's from my experience. I normally don't recommend any client to have a title on a job level, because the positions are what creates the hierarchy. And if you were to look into the view hierarchy, that's something that we'll talk about at some point, the title will show up there. So that is my 2 cents of experience recommendation that I tend to give to my clients. And that is all there is to it with titles. And in the next video, we will finish off our foundational configuration, and we'll finally move into the bigger picture on how all these things tie together.